Well, I'm Johnny Knoxville, United States of America, and I'll be doing a little article on self-defense equipment.
Johnny Knoxville isn't just the face of Jackass, he's also the co-creator, so the success of the franchise, well, it's made him a very, very rich man. Now we're talking an estimated net worth of a whopping $75 million. $75 million is a staggering net worth, and if Jackass 4 is a monster hit, well then expect this number to keep on growing. Now all this success has afforded him a pretty cozy lifestyle, including a collection of classic cars and a few mansions all over America. Now we're talking a $2.3 million mansion in Primrose Avenue, Los Angeles, and a vacation condo in Dayton Beach, Florida. He's also doing a hell of a lot better than Wee Man, who is said to be currently living in a van. Or at least he was back in 2019. Pretty dope van though. Now when current celebrities like Logan Paul or PewDiePie were still in kindergarten, well dudes like Knoxville, Steve-O Bam Margera, well they were proving that you can become famous by doing whatever it is that took a hold of an audience's attention.
High five!
Now this was an era long before platforms like YouTube, Vine, TikTok, or Instagram, well they would allow everyday people the chance to show off their version of the Cinnamon Challenge. Now for Johnny Knoxville, he had not cracked Hollywood and he was reaching his 30s. That's when he had the idea to not only pepper spray but tase himself and film it all on video. Now that moment right there, well that was lightning in a bottle and would launch him and his crew of pals to superstardom. Now while Steve-O Bam Margera dealt with very public addiction issues, while Johnny Knoxville, he was able to transition almost immediately into Hollywood films. Now he booked work in Men in Black 2 and he was able to command a reported salary of $5 million a film. But that was just icing on the cake because the Jackass films, well they made him an absolute fortune. What's going on guys, it's your boy Michael McCrudden back at it again with a brand new The Rich Life video. Now we dropped a Rich Life video on Steve-O sometime last week and you guys seem to enjoy that one. Thanks for all the love in the comments, now let's get into the video. Johnny Knoxville was born Philip John Clapp in Knoxville, Tennessee on March 11, 1971. Now his father Philip was a car and tire salesman and his mother Lemoyne, well she was a Sunday school teacher. Now he has two older sisters in Knoxville. He credits his cousin, singer-songwriter Roger Allen Wade, for giving him the acting bug after Wade gave him a copy of Jack Kerouac's On the Road. Now he graduated from South Doyle High School in Knoxville in 1989 and he subsequently moved to California to pursue an acting career. Now as I mentioned in the intro, well Johnny Knoxville, he was 29 years old when Jackass first appeared on MTV. Now at this point in time, well he was already married with a young daughter and he had spent over a decade trying to make it in Hollywood. Now one can imagine that the dude, well he was beyond desperate for his big break.
That's got bad news written all over it. Dude, that's bad. Ready? That's bad.
Now when it finally happened, well it happened hard and fast. And not only did he find himself on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine, well he also found himself rolling in dough. Unlike the other members of Jackass, well Johnny Knoxville, he was credited as a producer on all the Jackass TV and films. Now this means he got a piece of the box office bank, which would climb into the hundreds of millions. Now the first movie, it cost a cool $5 million, but it pulled in nearly $80 million at the box office. In 2006, Jackass number 2, well it made nearly $85 million, and by 2010, well Jackass 3D more than doubled that figure. That right there allowed him to transform his life and likely made all the injuries well worth it. Now he's had to fork over some money for expensive medical bills, having had plenty of injuries over the years. Now he actually broke this down in a video with Vanity Fair.
And then I fall all the way down and hit my head on the concrete floors and it split my head like a melon. And it sounds like I'm sleeping, it sounds like I'm snoring, but my doctor told me I was trying to swallow my tongue at that point, which, you know, that's never good.
Well, Jackass took him to superstardom. Well, he was also approached by plenty of Hollywood producers who felt that he had what it took to be a comedy actor as well. Now, Johnny Knoxville would appear in films like Men in Black 2, The Ringer, Walking Tall, and The Dukes of Hazzard. And with him taking home an estimated $5 million a film, well, that must have felt pretty good. Especially after all those years. He was struggling for like a decade. His success in Hollywood continued into the 2010s with work in films like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Jackass spin-offs like Bad Grandpa. And in his later years, well, Knoxville, he's done some work behind the camera as well. Now with that being said, he did get divorced in and around 2006 or 2007, so that's likely to have put a dent in his pocket. What are you gonna do? Now with all this success, well, he was able to purchase a home in the Hollywood Hills in early September of 2001. Also in May of 2004, well, him and his first wife, well, they purchased a vacation condo in Dayton Beach, Florida. Now in March of 2005, he would purchase another home in the Hollywood Hills, this time larger and pricier, and this was just up the road from his old house. Now my fiance Kara, well, she makes house tour videos and she made one on Johnny Knoxville, so let's just roll a clip from that.
As Johnny Knoxville's bank account started growing, he wanted to upgrade his homes, and part 2 of his properties is a classic Mediterranean villa in the Beechwood Canyon neighborhood that came complete with panoramic views.
What a babe, am I right? Now unlike Kara, well, Johnny, he isn't all that flashy when it comes to clothing. He's often spotted in his signature Chuck Taylors, vintage tees, and Dickies wear. Now he's dropped some cash on at least 6 tattoos. He has the word Madison inked on his chest, representing love towards his daughter, and he also has got a symbol tattoo on his arm, which is inspired by the Germs, an American punk band. On top of all this, he's an avid surfer and he likes to hit the beach regularly. But how the hell does he get there? Well, he's always been seen in beaten up 70s classic cars such as Cadillacs and Lincolns. Now his first car was a red 65 Mustang, and when speaking about his first car, well, he had this to say. My first car was a 1965 fire engine red Mustang. It was a great car. Actually, it was a piece of shit, but it was a great first car. The seat was always broke, so it looked like I was staring at the ceiling. It had a 3-speed 289 engine and broke down constantly, but as much as it gave me problems, I loved that car. It had character. Now, although we thought that was a great car, it's his current 1970 Cadillac Eldorado that he loves the most. And on the more adult side of things, well, he's also been spotted driving in a black Audi Q5 amongst a fleet of other luxury cars. Now 50 years of age, well, Johnny, he suited up for one last kick at the can with Jackass Forever. And speaking with GQ, well, he stated that the boy's bones, well, they tend to break a lot easier these days, but he still went as hard as ever.
Concussions aren't great, but as long as you have them before you're 50, it's cool. And Knoxville's 49, so we're good.
While researching this video, I also found out that he now likes to enjoy the quiet life, and he's actually been seeing a therapist. So I guess you can add that to another cost on his medical bills. But all in all, Johnny Knoxville, he did mighty well for himself, and kudos to him. As always, be sure to let us know who to feature next in the comments down below. I'll see you guys in another video. Go! I'm rusty, I'm sorry. I used to film like 3 a day. It's been a while. I'm getting older. Sorry. Still got the boom though, right? Boom!